Afraid of phone calls? A new report from CBS News reveals that 9 out of 10 members of Gen Z prefer texting rather than talking on the phone because talking on the phone causes them anxiety. They say they'd rather text because it takes less effort than calling and having a conversation. What can parents, especially fathers, do to help their daughters overcome phone call phobia? How can dads help create strong, engaging daughters? Well, Dr. Meg Meeker is author of the book, Strong Fathers, Strong Daughters. It's also a film currently streaming on PureFlix and premiering this week on Great American Family. So, Dr. Meeker, many dads find it difficult to relate and help navigate their daughters through the teen years. So what should dads do to help their daughters overcome their anxieties about having in-person discussions and phone conversations?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thanks for having me. I think a lot of the anxiety for fathers comes because they believe they're going to mess up, or they believe they need to understand their daughter's mind in order to help them. And that's not true at all. I think that what fathers need to do is, rather than focus on how they perceive themselves as a dad, try to figure out how their daughter sees them. And that's what I did in my Strong Fathers, Strong Daughters book, is to let fathers know, here's how your daughter sees you. It's much better than the way you see yourself. Here's what your daughter needs and wants from you, and it's much simpler than you think it would be. And so I think that once dads can see how their daughters see them, a lot of that anxiety goes away, because they take a lot of the burden off their shoulders to be something their daughters really don't need them to be.
Well, it seems like a lot of younger fathers want to be their daughter's friend rather than their parents. So how can dads act tough without creating distance in the relationship?
Well, I think that you're absolutely right. First of all, friends don't give a lot of daughters what they really need, and daughters know that. Daughters don't want another friend. They want a role model. They want somebody to teach them how to set boundaries. They want somebody who's going to teach them how to say no to a boy or how to stand up for themselves. A peer will not teach that to them, and they know that. So it's very important for a father to realize that he's the most important man in his daughter's life. He's not the most important boy. He is the one who's going to show her how to be treated by a male, whether it's a teacher, a brother, or a husband, what male love looks like. How is it healthy? How should she be expected to be talked to or touched? And what is God the Father like? You know, a peer, a male peer, cannot teach a daughter, a teenage girl, what God the Father is like, because he doesn't know what a father is like. He's not a dad, but a dad is a dad.
Well,
So
I was going to ask you then, fathers have to be strong before they can raise up strong daughters. So what role does faith play in a daughter's spiritual development?
well, it's enormous. And we have so many studies to show that when a daughter develops a strong faith in God, she's far less likely to get into trouble, drugs, depression, alcohol, anxiety, premarital sex, and so forth. And that having a faith in God safeguards a girl from a lot of things. Not completely, because, maybe she doesn't want a faith, or she rejects her father, or so forth. But it's important for fathers to realize they're the doorway to God. They're the one who shows a daughter what fatherhood is about. Is he good or is he bad? Is he mean? Is he kind? Is he loving? Is he strong? Is he weak? And so that's what the father has to model in order to, if you will, get his daughter to God.
And the movie Strong Fathers, Strong Daughters, it premieres this week on Great American Media. Tell us about it. Are there several situations from the book portrayed in the movie, and how does it differ from the book?
Yes. Well, the book has a lot more stories, and the book, of course, is 200 and some pages, and the movie's an hour and a half long. But it really follows the principles of the book quite well. It shows a dad who's going down the wrong path and has to change course because his values aren't aligned with God's. And then they show another man who's a great mentor to him, a biblical mentor. There's a terrific scene in there, my favorite scene, where the daughter has gone to a party. One of the daughters gone to a party. Parents didn't want her to go. She goes in there. It's filled with teenagers and drinking and all this kind of stuff. Dad finds out she's at the party, gets in his car, drives to the party, walks in the door, goes and finds his daughter amidst all of her friends and says, "You're coming home with me." He walks her out. She's mortified, gets in the van. All her friends laugh. But as she drives away, you know she was the one who had a dad who loved her and who would, in very short order, realize how much her dad loved her because he stuck his neck out for her. And he was a dad that was going to win her heart.
Okay, the book is Strong Fathers, Strong Daughters. The movie is out on Great America Media this week. Dr. Meg Meeker, it's been a pleasure talking with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.